Hi everyone, so we are starting a new series called Mukbang with Tiffany, and I have my new guest called Natasha.
Yeah.
We actually got together in, we didn't got together. I knew her from Bloomer program. Yes, so maybe tell me about yourself.
Okay, so I am Natasha. I'm a full-time nurse and also a content creator. And right now I'm here at Mukbang with Tiffany.
Yeah. So let's eat and talk. I do have some questions to ask her while we are eating, and we promise you don't waste food at all. You can eat as much as I do.
Yes.
Maybe like the first question is like, have some introduction about yourself.
Okay, so I'm actually a full-time nurse and content creator, and also I like to create like short skit and also talk about my life and my past experience and talk about how nursing actually is, and also like food a lot.
So how long have you been working as a nurse?
So I've been working as a nurse for 4 years to 5 years now. Yeah. And yeah, there are lots of experience in nursing itself. There are good and bad. And I actually like watching like YouTube channel from other nurses from America as well, and they give me a lot of inspiration, and also love hearing their stories. And people always thought that like in like overseas the works like overseas is always better than Singapore, but actually I think that the culture is almost the same everywhere. So no matter where you go, it's about
Really?
yeah.
Okay, so basically I do have friends who are nurse, okay, and then she was saying she actually works in the US before, and then she mentioned that the patients over there is like more patient, if it makes sense, because like she mentioned that the auntie and uncles in the hospital treat them like a helper. Do you agree? Like tell you to ask, like, to take the kopi, to take tea and everything. Do you agree on that?
Yeah, actually, yes, they do like ask us to take things, but I'm always okay to take things for them. Like as long as they be patient with me, like, because we can get busy at times, and yeah, they will probably ask us to take this and that. But yeah, but I think the culture is just different. Maybe in Singapore, people are more direct, and maybe in the Western culture, people are more refined with their words, and that's why. I'm actually fine with that.
So being a nurse, is it like a standard curriculum whereby you have to go through hospital internship before you proceed on to anywhere? And where are you working at now?
So yeah, like before starting as a nurse, I have to surely like take a internship. Like it's called like BRCP. It's like internship for I think it's about 3 months. I can't really remember now. It's internship for 3 months, and then in the hospital setting, and then we have to go through like schooling for 3 years. Then before we have to get assessed many times before you become a staff nurse.
Okay. So you work in the hospital for a year, or you didn't?
I work in a internship in the hospital. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And how long is that?
It's I would say throughout my curriculum, I've been interning in a hospital, and then after that, I work in a community hospital. Yeah, then right now, I'll just keep my workplace as a secret. But it's a step down care for elderly.
Why do you choose nursing as your full-time job? Like there's so many job options. Why nursing?
So I like to learn about medicine, and I'm very interested with like medicine and how things work and how to take care of patients and how surgery works, and just pretty much about the human body and like everything that's about human body and how to take care of them and how to people recover from medicine and surgery. I'm just very curious about all these things. Yeah,
And
so
why you don't be a doctor? It's too hard to be a doctor.
yeah, I think one day it's too hard to be a doctor, and that's why I started out as a nurse and see how it goes and learn about everything in the healthcare.
Maybe you have a doctor, Natasha, then next time she'll fix my illness for me.
No lah, I think I will never be a doctor actually.
Why? Why you limit yourself?
No, because I am not a bookworm. I'm not a nerd. I don't study a lot. So
Oh my god.
yeah.
So you're saying doctors not nurse. I think you have to be because I believe they study a lot. Like
It takes a lot of commitment to be a doctor. To
Yeah.
study and devote time to study, devote time to work, and to be on call. Whenever people call you, you must be there.
Yeah.
So
I actually really like Nikki Rice's content. She's also a nurse, and then her boyfriend, her partner, is actually a doctor with like 36-hour shift. So for nurse, you guys don't have 36-hour shift, right?
12 hours at most.
So like 12-hour shift, that is actually quite torturing. How do you like keep your sanity, or is it just very busy and then you just go through that? You just
Uh, So I think it really takes a lot of perseverance, and how I keep my sanity is that I just go with the routine, like because our work is very routine based, and it's like everything will come next after we finish something. So it's like you almost have the work schedule in my head already before I start work, and that's how it's supposed to be for nurses, and that's how we were taught that to have our work schedule like before I start work. So I pretty much know about how the work goes throughout the day, except that when there are unexpected circumstances, like when there's someone who needs more care and more attention, then we'll become more busy. But generally the work schedule is just there, so we just go with the workflow, and then like time will just pass by, and we just talk about what keeps me motivated is I think about helping and serving the patients, not so much on the work itself. Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah. That's for me.
I think like you really suit like nursing. I mean like I do know some people like I mean like not nurse in particular. They go for the job is because they think that it will not it is future proof. Like they just going through the motion and but you really like want to serve people.
Yeah, that's what I think really keeps me going, because there are lots of ups and downs I face during the nursing. There are lots of good experience and bad experience as well, and what really keeps me going is really focusing on the patient, because that's what makes me happy at the end, not any other things. Yeah, so that's how it keeps my focus.
So you like it, the uncle Xiaomei, thank you so much.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I feel very contented. Yeah.
Do you think that your love language is word of affirmation?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, next time-
I feel very happy when the uncle say thank you, or the auntie say thank you, and the auntie will say pray for me, or whatever good stuff they say, right? It just makes me feel very contented.
Okay, next time I'll tell Natasha thank you so much. Thank you so much for treating me. Next year, just take a credit card and treat.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned that, every day there's a lot of up and down, one most memorable ups that you have during nursing, and what is the down?
Yeah. So for the ups, right, as I said, it's like appreciation from the patient, because usually the patients are the one that will appreciate us the most, and really their words of affirmation, their gesture of thanks, and even their smile can make me like satisfied with my work, and that's like what I'm doing for. And so my downs are like when the expectation is too high on me, like I can't perform up to that expectation, and that's like a lot of pressure and stress on me, and that's when I feel the most down. And sometimes we have to handle lots of people like around us, like everyone around us, so it gives me a lot of stress. And because like I have a lot of expectation based on me to perform, and sometimes it's like so much going on that it really like wearies me down, and yeah, just focusing on the patient can really lift me up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you cried at work before?
I actually
Like,
have.
too stress.
Yeah, I actually have. So I cried most when I was like a student or when I was a new nurse, because like they really put me on the spot to really assess the situation and the circumstances, and sometimes I feel that I'm not performing up to the expectation. Like whenever, like there's one time that I'm not very familiar with the surroundings and the patients yet when I was still a new nurse. There's this comatose lady who is quite like reaching the old age, quite old already lah. Then so she was comatose for weeks already, and she's always closing her eyes, and her position is almost the same. She rarely moves, and she's like on the NGT tube. So she don't eat and drink, she eats through the tube, and has been in that position for a long time. So one day when I go to work and the nurse are like passing the reports to hand over for the next shift, and I was the next shift in the morning, and at that time I'm still a student, so I have a clinical instructor, so I was very focusing on taking care of other patients, like about 6 of them, and they requires a lot of attention. So I was focusing on others, and I wasn't paying so much attention on this one lady who is there. And so only like 15 minutes passing report, when the report ended, then my instructor pulled me to the lady and asked me like, what do I think about her situation. Then I was like very shocked at that time. Like I was very nervous because she pulled me, and then I just like, when I was nervous, I really can't think very well on my toes, and like I just feel very panicky. Like this is about me for a long time. Then so I just say that I don't know what is unique about that lady right now. Like then she asked me to assess head to toe. Then I'll just like look at her physical. But there's one thing I never noticed is that actually her breathing has stopped, and that really freaks me out. That first experience really freaks me out. And when she pointed out to me, then I feel that I'm like very, like, I feel like I didn't meet the expectation. I feel like I'm like almost like not suitable to be a nurse like that, and I feel very down, and that really stresses me out a lot. And especially like she's like kind of grading me also on that
internship.
Attachment. Then so I actually broke down in front of the patient because I feel like I have not noticed such an important detail, and really hurts me a lot. Like, and the fact she passed away, and I just broke down and cried like in front of that. And then the instructor just asked me to go to the toilet and clear myself out. But I just feel very upset, like really upset.
But is that like the first ever passing that you saw? Or is
that's the first passing that I saw.
Oh, then I think it's okay. I mean, like, because it's your first, right? And it's not common that you will notice such thing. But I thought the you know, like the meter thing of TTT.
No, she's not on the life support or anything.
Oh, okay.
She's just lying down there, and I'm supposed to catch the signs and symptoms, which I didn't. But I was expected to catch that, like to think on my toes, to be a very reactive nurse, but I wasn't. So it really like stresses me out a lot, and I feel that I didn't meet the expectation, and that's what makes me very sad also.
Don't worry, you didn't meet the expectation because you became a nurse. That's a key thing.
To be a nurse, you just need a lot of perseverance, but I wouldn't say I'm a supervisor in nursing. I'm just like a very junior nurse still.
I mean, like, that's how people progress up, right? Like, you can't be a supervisor without being a junior nurse. I mean, I'm very sure that even your supervisor go through like nurse role and also get stressed out. I mean, like, seeing the first passing, I would assume like me being a nurse, I will also freak out. Or like, you know, I will not know what to do. And nursing is a lot of on-the-job training, I feel.
Yes.
It's not a theory thing that you can just like look up or like Google what should you do. Like, it's very different, right? Yeah.
But I was expected a lot. I was expected to really prove myself, to perform, and to show that I'm capable to be a nurse. And I do have a lot of negative feedbacks from my instructor. But the strange thing is, I usually get negative feedbacks from the instructor, but I get positive feedbacks from my patients. So it's really like something that I couldn't just figure out. But I mean,
I know. So basically, because it's like serving a customer. So the customer don't know all the technical terms, they will just know how they feel when you treat them. So they feel good when you treat them well. So of course they'll give you praises. But then as a supervisor, she wants you to be even better than what you're currently doing, and she wants to help you to move towards a better goal. So I think like being Asian, right? We always criticize, we don't praise that much. So maybe like your supervisor, she criticized you, but she meant well for you. Do you think so?
I think she meant well for me, but it doesn't really help in my career progression. It doesn't really help in terms of really my career. Like it marks me down quite a bit, and whereas I feel that I want to help people, but they really like mark me down on like and I think my awareness and my activeness, yeah, like thinking on the toes, thinking spontaneously, and all these things. Like all these things, I feel that I need more experience, which I feel like I'm slowly catching up. And but still, it really affected me a lot in my nursing journey at the beginning. Like it also affects my self-esteem as a person. As
Yeah,
a
it
nurse.
definitely does.
Yeah,
I feel.
yeah.
I mean, like just like recalling back, you know, even like small things when I get criticized. I don't know is it because we are millennials or it's like harsh. I mean, like I still remember there's this like tutor who said that, oh, you know, back in my days, I'm standing in front of class and then I'm repeating this, and I didn't even cry, you know, sort of things. But I think as the generation goes forward, we kind of don't take harsh words anymore. True that, you know, we might be the strawberry generation, that's what they call us last time. But we do get like easily bruised and all. It's true lah, I mean, because I don't know why is it because we are not keen enough? I'm well keen my parents.
I think Generation Z now is much smarter. Like they will just question their employer with very direct question, which a lot of millennials tend to hold back.
Correct.
Yeah, so I think we should be more like the Gen Z who really like
Proactively say that.
proactively voicing our feelings and voicing our opinions. And one thing also about nursing is that we really need to know how to answer in words, like explain ourselves and answer everything in like proper manner, so that the people who hear it, they'll accept our answer. But for me, I'm still quite weak at that, so that's why I think like they do not understand the full situation. Maybe they just look at the moment. Yeah, because I couldn't really explain myself very well during that situation. Yeah, so it really takes. It needs like you need to be prepared to be able to answer for everything that you do. You, like justify yourself and like I mean to explain why you are doing things in a very logical and very clear manner, and that's very.
Is that textbook answer for such things?
No, it just needs to be very street smart.
Okay.
Very street smart, and people ask you, straight away can answer, and you don't have to be afraid. Like for me, I tend to hold back and I tend to be very nervous and afraid. That's why I couldn't answer. But street smart people tend to do better because they can just answer like it's natural. Like for me, I just can't yet. Yeah, that's what that I feel that I need to improve on. Yeah.
So basically, you need to be very good at saying bluff lah. You have to bluff. Yeah, you have to smoke over.
Actually, true. Actually, true.
With technical terms.
Yeah. Actually, that's true. But the more formal way is like to answer in a way that can be accepted. Like you can't really like say I'm not sure, I don't know. Like you can't just hesitate for a moment. You must be very sure of it, and then you just answer like a very street smart person, like just talk.
I know.
Yeah.
Give filter answers.
Yeah.
Like things that they want.
Yeah.
Like things that they want to hear.
Yeah.
So that you can update it after. I mean, like I don't think that is just nursing. There's like corporate world
Everywhere.
I mean, like I'm very sure that if I'm gonna tell my boss, I don't know, he will be like,
Yeah.
usually, how you do it is like, let me get back to you.
Yes.
Or like, I saw this, but let me double check.
Yeah.
That's how I do it lah.
Yes.
Usually. I do the very street smart way.
Yeah. But for me, I'm not so street smart at the beginning, but now I'm slowly starting to pick out. I guess because I have to do with my family. If I'm the only child, I'll just be like myself at home. I don't need to think about all these things. But if you have siblings, maybe you tend to be more street smart because you're someone.
Yeah, only child lah.
Yeah.
I have siblings. We are cunning to each other. I mean, like we tend to be more street smart, I would say, because like my family, we have 3 girls, and then we will tend to want to friend the other party, so we can bully or like disturb the other one. So it's 2v1. So you have to buy in the one, and we need to be street smart.
So I guess it's important to have siblings so that you can survive in the real world, I guess. Somewhat.
I feel that having siblings is good. I mean, it's less lonely. If ever I have kids, I mean like now it's 0, but it's 0 or 2. So yeah, it's like 0 or 2. I don't want like odd number. Because I came from like an odd number family nuclear. Sometimes it's a bit lonely lah to be like the one left out. I mean of course there's time both my sister pollute and bully me, disturb me. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I think 2 is a good number if you have
But I guess that's how you learn to really like collaborate with one another and really learn how to navigate your way through when you really face a real situation in life.
I guess. Okay, so like for nursing, I ever asked my other nurse friend also, which I'm gonna ask you as well. What is your thoughts about passing?
Dying.
Dying
Dying.
lah. Yeah.
Actually, it's like a very common thing. Like very common thing.
That's what she said. She said that it's nothing already.
Like, it just happened today, and I'm the one who is really like nursing the person, and he just passed away, and I have to pass all the report and to like document everything. So I mean, it just happened today. So I mean, it's very common. Like for me, I'm just used to it. I watch it like so many times already.
Oh, no.
So yeah.
Oh no. I said okay, but is there like your favorite, Auntie Kim or Uncle Lim that you take care and then they suddenly pass on and then you feel sad?
No, so
No,
far is so
okay, that's great. I guess.
yeah.
So to you is not because you are not emotionally attached to the patient.
I guess
So you feel it's okay.
the one I don't think I'm emotionally attached to any of them at all. Actually, like it's just like maybe acquaintance that we'll talk a bit, and then after that, that's it.
I think I cannot. I think I will cry. I think I will be very emotional.
I'll cry like during the first few passing.
Okay.
Yeah, but after that, like I remember at the time I was at the emergency department, and there was this child that died, and the parents were like wailing, and I really can feel the emotional pain for the parents. But since then, I haven't experienced anything that's so bad.
You mentioned that you work 12-hour shift. Okay. How do you not? Okay, so 12-hour shift is like you work alternate days. Am I right to say that?
No, sometimes you work 4 days straight. Yeah, and that's like really a pain because it's a pain on my back and my leg. We have to transfer patient, and then sometimes we have to change the diapers and everything. And it's like so many of them, and 12-hour shift is like really like just keep doing the routine again, and we have to walk so much. And because as nurses, nurses don't just sit at the station whole day long. We have to walk a lot, and for me, I have to walk and stand like 90% of the time, or maybe 95%, because we need to attend to many patients. So. And plus, I am a flat footer, which means that I will get tired more easily as I walk and stand. So it's really a pain on my feet. Like I don't know. I think I just cycle my brain to get over it and really just keep going. But I pretty much cannot make it anymore after the 3rd day. The 4th day in a row for 12-hour shift is quite seldom. Like even for 3 days, I will be like crazy already. I'm not like mentally crazy much, but I'm physically exhausted. But sometimes it can be mentally draining also, especially when there are like things going on in the ward that's like makes you exhausted. Which is like I shall not talk so much about it. Maybe it's like it's politics.
Oh, that's politics.
Yeah.
So how bad is hospital politics or like nursing politics?
I can be quite biased because I have experienced quite bad things.
So
as long as I'm
1 to
working,
10, how bad?
I think I will be more biased. I think it's as bad as anywhere else in the corporate world.
My current workplace is very good, no politics.
Oh.
My boss no lah, but current workplace, I'm not gonna say also, is pretty good, I would say. We still establish ourselves like an SME, but we are expanding pretty quickly. We work like, SME, right? They always have the saying that you are family, so we kind of work like a family.
But family is
But they don't cross the line.
okay, but
Working colleagues.
family is like one of the red flags.
Correct. But my workplace don't cross the line the line of saying like, oh, because we are family, you need to work 6 hours. No, we don't do that. We only treat each other like very polite, very family like. But we are still colleagues. Like we all know this boundary that we are still colleagues. We are not slotting our life for work.
That's good.
So
That's good.
I think that's the correct green flag about saying that you are family. Because like some company I don't understand that they say like, oh, you know, we are family, but then they torture you.
Yeah, they say because you're family, we are supposed to help one another. That's why you need to put in this extra work to help your colleagues out. Yeah, that's how it is.
But okay, at least my workplace, we really treat each other like family, but we don't demand such high volume of work or whatever. So speaking of like the politics in hospital, do you all like say that you all are like family and you know, or how what kind of like words is like or examples that you experienced before?
Okay, so one thing I thought about is that I joined nursing because I thought that nursing is like filled with people who are very patient and caring and people who want to help people. That's what I thought initially. I thought like nurses are people who are really passionate to serve people, like
White angels.
Like white angels. People are really like angelic, like patient, kind, compassionate, everything you can think of. That's what I really thought when I joined nursing. Like I was like naive. I really think so naive. Then so I had a culture shock when I went inside the actual workplace and went to the school. I really had a big culture shock because there are a lot of aliens inside the school also. Yeah, the aliens, and like it's just really give me an eye opener, and I really like my brain fried or something. Just culture shock and really like don't be so naive like me. Like I really thought everyone's an angel.
Okay.
Then only then I realized that it's just like any other corporate work out there. Like no matter what work I do, right, people are the same. Like even nurses are humans. Like and also humans make mistakes. So sometimes when I make mistake, it's like maybe because I'm not so good at talking my way through, I will always get penalized. Whereas other people will not get penalized as much as I notice. Like I think everyone make mistakes. I always like get the worst penalized when I make a mistake because I just like really don't know how to answer.
Because then you stammer across.
Stammer. I stammer and I'll just go blank and like I don't know why I do that kind of thing.
That's me at the start but then now I think I have like opened up my skin. I think this is like through practices that you can be better.
So all nurses are quite thick skin. Actually, I think most of the job need thick skin to really survive out there. So learn how to be thick skin and don't think that just because the job helps people is like angelic job. I mean, it's a job filled with angelic people. Actually, it's not. And don't be fooled.
Okay. Then maybe in like my last two questions. Like, if there's one thing that you can change in your job, like what would it be?
I think it's like don't focus so much on the hierarchy. Not like your superior have all rights to everything, but also listen to the people who are the juniors, the most inferior one, what they have to say, and also don't look at a situation at the moment, but look at everything at the background and it's like really investigate things properly because and also understand the person. Like don't just pinpoint at the person and just look at the situation because of the moment at the situation, but they never look at the whole picture of what was going on in the background. For example, like I might be telling my colleagues to do something for me, but actually before that I helped the colleagues a lot, but maybe the senior just look at the fact that I'm asking someone else to do the job for me where it's my job, but they never look at because she wants to help me because I help in her work, and that can be questioned like why are you not doing your job and why are you asking someone else to do your job, and that can be a question. And most of the time when I'm being questioned, the one with authority will win because they pretty much have made their decision about what's going on.
You need to be the Gen Z. The Gen Z and you need to come out. Then you will win this battle. Because you being a millennial, you keep like just hold it back. hold whatever we want to say back. But you be a Gen Z and give up. But I'm also scared lah because I'm a millennial. Right?
Do you like chicken drumstick?
I like. Do you like?
Yeah, I had one already.
Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah, so I think like it's in millennials we tend to be afraid of losing our job.
Yeah.
But I think we need to be like Gen Z. Don't fear my child, just go for it.
Yeah.
And then last question, I don't know what's the last question I got of. Will you do nursing forever?
I hope not.
Oh.
I hope I can do something else. I actually prefer to entertain people more than I like to do the nursing job. Like maybe I can just do it as a voluntary work to help people, but I wouldn't want it as a full-time job because as a full-time job, I feel that it can be quite depressing. Like I have so much expectation and people are watching me and things like that. I just want to do it like as part of helping rather than a part of like earning my money.
I understand what you're saying. Cause last time I do volunteer for like the disabled and also like low income family. I think when you volunteer, right, it's really like people appreciate you because you are not being paid and it's just like you are spending time, so you got more appreciation and more fulfillment rather than being a nurse that people feel that you are being paid, so you have to put in X amount of effort or you have to
Prove myself.
You have to
maybe really
together. But actually you don't want, you just want a good job.
Yeah,
A happy job.
I just want a happy job. Like I feel that last time I used to have very low self-esteem because of very like negative words that's like thrown to me, and like it makes me feel like what am I really good at? Like really am I really worth it? Like things like that because of all the negativity words, all the negative words, and so I feel like I can actually prove myself in a lot of other ways, not just in nursing career. Like I think that when they always ask me to prove myself, I feel that I'm already whole as who I am. Like I will do my best, but if you think that I still haven't proved myself, I already done my best, and I feel that I can excel in other areas, like not just nursing. When they say that I failed to prove myself, but like I sort of believe that I can excel in many other ways. So I believe that you are already full as a whole, and you don't have to take the words into your mind and into your soul. Like you just have to really believe in yourself because that's what I went through, and I have overcame it. Like you can't tell me who I am. Like there's like a superior that tell me that I cannot be a nurse. Like but the funny thing is the person is not even in nursing, and just like judge me so directly. So I think that if I'm not good at this area, then I can prove myself in other areas. As long as I'm putting the effort to really help people and serve people and not causing any harm to anyone, and really like know my limits. So I think that we should not be so judgmental of a person and make a person feel so small.
I think that is very true. I mean like definitely I do have like toxic superiors before, like last time. That's why I changed job. And there is definitely some superiors will constantly pull you down. But I don't know what the reason. Like I'm already not anywhere high up. Why must you pull me down? Like to work it should be fun. You should learn new things, and it's like you spend a lot of time at work, not for you to like being insulted.
But that's the real world. That's the real world. Like I think it put me a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
After all this experience.
I mean, it does put me in trauma too. That's where I'm also like her. I think like for me now is that I know that I'm doing things right. I'm doing it correctly, and I'm always okay. So what I used to say, I'm always the facts and figures person. So I'll prove that I'm right lah. So it's like if people say that I'm wrong, I'll prove it in facts and figures. it's a very good strategy to use, I think, especially in the corporate world, because you have to prove like you have to stand up for yourself. There's no one standing up for you. It's just you versus everyone. Like even your work besties, right? They also cannot stand up for you. It's also still your battle with your superior.
Yeah.
They can just be your gossip partner.
Yes, and the work bestie might turn your back on you, don't know when. Sometimes it's very scary.
Oh my god, I don't have my work bestie still.
Yeah, you can't really trust all the work besties.
Do you have like work bestie that
So I think it's a job that everyone's like. I mean, people in the job they want to secure their job. They don't want to lose the rights. But so when situations turn against them, they will protect themselves first.
True.
Yeah.
But they will not be my work bestie. They're just because I think like those people that is my work besties, I kind of know that they will not do that.
Okay. I think I just have trust
judge
issue.
I judge them well.
I have trust issue with people, so I don't really trust a lot. I try to really protect myself.
Okay, same here. Actually, I still remember the one time that I really had trust issue was like, I told my friend like, my friend told me today is my birthday, can you treat me Starbucks? Then I say, you must let me see your IC.
It's a small thing lah.
I mean like, that is a small thing, but it's like, it's totally show that you have a trust issue.
Yeah, but I think my trust issue is that I don't want to let a person know everything about me. Like I don't like just blurt out everything that's going on or what's happening about me, and because I'm just afraid that it might just
turn against
me.
I understand. Oh my god, then I'm very honored to have you on Mukbang with Tiffany because we spill out so many things. Thank you, Natasha, for Mukbang with Tiffany. And if you guys like to follow her or follow me, look at the description box down below. Sis, your turn.
Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more interesting content.
See you next time.
Bye.